All righty. Welcome back to the Rich Aunties podcast, a space where we celebrate being rich as a state of mind and not just your bank accounts. I'm your host, Amanda B.
And I am your co-host, TJ. Welcome back, guys.
Welcome back. Well, you guys can't respond to us. I mean, you could respond to us in the
In the
comments, but
comments, yes.
or the
Do it
DMs, you know what I'm
actually. Do
saying?
it.
Like,
hmm
how
Hit
y'all
us up.
doing? How y'all been? You know?
hmm We want to
You know?
know.
We
There's a
do
lot
want to
going
know. We
on in
want to
our
hear from you
lives.
guys. Yeah,
Yeah.
always. Because I got some good news, okay?
What's the good news, girl? Tell us.
So, y'all know I have been in this, real estate streets for about almost a year. It's been a little rough. Again, if you follow my YouTube channel, you will know some of the ins and outs, some of the ups and downs, and some of the frustrating parts, some of the great parts, all that good stuff. So finally, some of the hard work is paid off, y'all. And I have my first ratified contract. My client is under contract. We're going through the process of getting all the
Yes.
home inspections scheduled. We're working with the lenders. We're working with the title companies. We're getting it done. Closing
Yes.
within a month, honey. And I put the request, well, the offer in like on a Friday night. We got ratified on Saturday, like literally in 24 hours.
Mm,
So I'm excited. Real estate is about to be popping.
yes.
So if you're looking for a real
First of
estate in the Maryland
many.
area,
Yeah.
hello. And if you're looking for a real estate agent in the state of Maryland, you can always call me. And I will be getting my DC license hung very soon. So
And
hit my
then
line.
hopefully Virginia because
Absolutely. That's next for sure. For sure.
okay.
I've already passed the test for DC. I just got to schedule the class for
hmm
Virginia, take the test, and pay all this
hmm
money, to get it hung someday on
Yeah.
where. So, but my new team luckily covers the full DMV. So
Nice.
I'll be good to
Love and
go. Absolutely.
congratulations. This is
Yes, thank
this is your
you.
time to enjoy the fruit of your labor. It's like
I
I said, the first of
know.
many
I know.
because I feel
Amen.
like now
Amen.
that you have it under your belts, it's gonna like ignite the fire to be like, okay, I did it once, I'm gonna do
I
it
could do
again.
it again.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Some of the nerves are
Yeah.
being like or removed because a lot of it's just like the unknown, right? Like you're kind of
hmm
unknown. I've been in the background of real estate a little bit, so I kind of know a little bit of something, but actually applying it to your active client is a whole
hmm
different like ball game. So some like now I'm not even nervous. Like I'm talking to the inspector, I'm talking to the lenders. I'm just being myself, getting the information
Yes.
I need, asking questions when I need more information, and we good. So let's
Keeping it
go.
moving.
Let's
Yeah.
get it. Let's get it popping. I'm
I
ready.
love it. I love it. I'm
Yes.
excited.
So what's new for you, my love?
Girl, what's new for me? Well, I am officially under contract, not for a house,
Okay.
for thankfully, God has blessed me already with my first home, but Amanda and I will be working within the next year or two to get another
Okay,
property.
okay. All right.
But currently, I have signed a contract to start a new position as essentially a lead pediatrician of a private practice office
Oh,
in
okay.
Stafford, Virginia. And so I am very excited. I'm working again in private practice, and I was
Mm-hmm.
really hesitant to even try to apply for a private practice position. But
Yeah,
God said, you're not going to apply because I didn't apply.
you
So this
didn't.
offer came to me about a week ago or a week and a half ago through an email from a recruiter. And the recruiter said,
Okay.
"Hey, I'm reaching out to you. There's a position that is close to where you live. Do
Mm-hmm.
you want to hear about it?" I was like, "Okay, let me see what they're talking about."
Yeah.
And we get on the call, and she's like, "Oh, did you know that you spoke to this position 5 years ago, and then again
Wow.
a year ago?" And I
Wow.
was like, "Okay, but
Wow.
the fact that it's circling back." And just everything
Yeah.
that was going on at those times in my life, I was like, I knew it had to be God. Just saying,
Yeah.
like, this is a preview of what you can have, but you're not ready yet. So
Yeah.
we're gonna circle back when you are ready and when you are prepared. And so when the opportunity came back, I was like, okay. And then I spoke to the owner of the practice, and he was like, basically, it's not a question of whether I want you to be here. It's
Yeah.
when can you start?
Amen.
When can you start?
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
I start on Wednesday. So
Okay. 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 You got your scrubs ready and
I
put
got
out ready to
girl.
go.
Literally was trying them on today to make sure they fit because the thighs, honey.
Okay.
Thigh. I was like, let me make sure I'm not giving
I'm
snatched
weak.
and painted on for the kids.
I'm weak.
Okay.
I'm weak.
But no,
I'm weak.
scrubs fit. I'm very excited. I'm looking forward to this journey. Um, as time moves on, I'll kind of share
Yeah.
more, but I'm just
Okay.
excited. Very
Well,
happy.
I'm happy for you, friend. That's
Thank
good. That's good.
you. Thank
Good
you.
comment. Sometimes you gotta sit back, relax. Like I had to
Yes.
tell my kids on a regular basis, sit back, relax, pray about it,
Mhm.
and let God
Yes.
bring the opportunities to you because that's what you're supposed to do anyway. So,
Absolutely. That's the thing. Like a lot of times we get so stressed, especially when it's periods of waiting. Because
I
I don't know
know.
about y'all. I don't like
Whew,
the waiting period
I
because
don't
it's like
either.
I need clarity. I need assurance. I need to
Yeah,
know. And that's
yeah.
not how God works.
Nope,
Um,
not at
and
all.
sometimes I'm grateful that he doesn't work that way because I might operate in fear as opposed to in faith.
Mhm, mhm, mhm,
And
mhm,
we're
and
not
that's
trying to move in fear.
absolutely, and I
Yeah.
had to co-sign on that one. I'm not in the business of waiting. I don't like the way I wanna know right now. Tell me
Yep.
today, right now, and I do
Hmm.
believe that's why God may have hindered some of my real estate success because I'm trying to jump in front of the gun or jump in front of an opportunity thinking I know what's best when in all actuality I don't. He
Mm,
knows. And literally things are just like even
fall
me
into
switching with a new
place.
team, baby. I just switched to a whole new team
Yes.
the same day the client want to make an offer. I said, things ain't switched over yet. And they made it just as seamless as possible, child.
That's
And I ain't had
beautiful.
nothing to worry about. I'm officially, transferred over and all that good stuff now. But
Hmm.
I was like, I'm about to lose it. What are we doing here? What are we doing? But yeah, I'm happy
Yeah,
for you,
God is
friend.
good.
Congratulations. Yes, God is
Thank
good.
you.
Yeah.
Well, since we're speaking of congratulations, you know who we need to congratulate?
Who?
Mr.
Ursher?
UFHERAYYMOND.
Ursher?
Now, baby, tell me what you want to do.
What to do with me? Hey, hey, hey.
Okay,
First of
because as
all,
yeah, we're gonna let's just get into it. Usher performed at the Super
because
Bowl
y'all
halftime.
already know I wasn't there for the Super Bowl. I could care less about
We
them
don't
kids.
know who these people are. We don't know these
I don't
names.
know them. I don't know those people like that, and don't care about what
Mm-mm.
it. I was trying to be in tune. I was trying to be involved because we had
I
a little get
wasn't.
together, whatever, at the house. But I was like, I'm just here for Usher. I'm just here for Usher. And baby, when he came out, he did not disappoint. I was really like really, really taken back by the features. Not because I was like,
Yes.
oh, he how dare he have features, but like he had some really
Hmm.
good options. Alicia Keys, that first note, baby. We don't know what she was doing, but
Okay, Alicia, you got on my nerves. Like, what
so
is it?
I don't know. I don't know. I maybe
Did
she
she
was
not warm
nervous.
up? Like, yeah, we need to figure
Look,
out what it is. Maybe was it
now
nerves?
as a
Singer?
retired singer, because I haven't come out of retirement yet. As a
Yes.
retired singer, nerves take over, which can affect your vocal cords. So maybe
Correct.
she was a little nervous. Maybe she was a little too ambitious. Maybe I don't know. Maybe she didn't like, I don't know, numb your whole and get cured before the show. I don't know. But that first note was like, oh, okay.
The
Well,
people on the internet said it's payback for her stealing that woman's husband, but
if they
that's
don't leave her
all
alone,
alleged. It's alleged.
like
Leave that
they've been
lady
a
alone.
first of all, they've been married for how many years? They got a whole son. They're there minding their
They have
business.
moved on.
Okay. They're not thinking about none of y'all in y'all comments about him taking another, leaving
Her
her
taking, yeah, yeah, yeah.
for Alicia. Like, she don't even care. She probably get her payout every month, and she calling the daggone that she don't care.
That's facts.
Like,
She
do
said,
y'all
"My bills are
care?
paid. My kids are taken care of. Swizz and Alicia,
Period.
y'all enjoy your
Period.
lives." But
Period.
that was funny.
Like the note was one thing, but child, leave that woman
She
where she at in the
good.
past.
She looked
In the
good.
past, but she did
She
look
looked
good.
amazing. Yeah.
She did look good, and I will say during the performance when he was like hugging up on her, I was like, "Oh, come
Mm.
on, Usher, you being a little handsy." But My man
Yes.
Swiss Beats came out was like, look, I'm
Shut
securing
it
my man.
down. Yep.
Okay, these are two old, friends. They done performed on several occasions together. They've been in the
Exactly.
industry together for years. It's all business and ain't nothing more than that. Relax,
Period.
relax.
You got to put it to rest sometimes because people really do be coming out of pocket.
They
Like,
do, and minding somebody
too
else's
much.
business. And half y'all again
Mhm.
probably single.
I'm weak. Did he did he perform the songs that you thought he was gonna perform? Because when he
I
came out to
honestly
Caught
didn't
Up,
know.
I forgot
Yeah,
about Caught Up. I was like, oh
I
yeah, Caught
didn't.
Up.
Never can I ever forget about that song. Um, I honestly did not have any expectations on the lineup because he
Mm-hmm.
had such a great catalog.
That's facts.
So
You can't
what
go wrong.
honestly, whatever he probably would have done would have been fine with me because I am a fan. I've been a fan of Usher since My Way, My Way. Some I can't
Come
even
on,
think of the words right now,
vocals.
but that was my song, okay?
There's
That's
always a
the my
musical
man.
moment on this
Yeah,
podcast. Always.
she likes it my way, what I say go. If he had came out on that, honey, I probably would have fell out because that's all way back when I was like not even a teenager. I don't think when that
Yeah.
song came out. So the catalog was great. I liked how they remixed it. I like how they had
Yeah.
how each song flowed into the next. Her
Mhm.
coming out on that guitar, baby. I am obsessed with her. She's
Yes.
incredible. My cancer sister,
Yes.
talented, beautiful,
Beautiful.
all of the
Yep.
above. She did that.
She did that. She didn't even have to
Luda,
say anything.
she didn't,
Okay,
and she
let's talk
did.
about my she did it. Let's talk about
Talk
my
about your
favorite
man Luda.
rapper. Let's talk about my favorite rapper ever
Ludacris,
in life.
love
Okay.
him, love
He did
him.
that. The energy is
He
always
did
top tier with his little short self. And
always, yeah,
the
always.
hair, it was
Took it back
definitely
to the old days.
giving.
He
Yes.
took it back to
That's
the old
exactly what
days
it
with
was.
I used to live for his videos between Ludacris and Missy Elliott back in the day.
Yes,
I would like wait
creative.
for their videos to come out because it was always something like, oh, what they gonna do now? What's gonna
Yeah.
be? What animations are they gonna put into the video? Like,
Mhm.
love that. Lil
Love it.
Jon though,
Let's talk about how he looks so good. Is it the Zempic? Is it just working out? Is it that he wore clothes that actually fit him? Like, what was it? Has he
I don't
been
know, but no,
drinking his
Lil
water?
Jon, no, Lil Jon used to be a little chunky. Lil Jon has some weight on him. I don't know if he's a vegan. I gotta look that up. I gotta look into
Me
what he
too.
got going
I
on.
need to know.
But I said, Lil Jon, yeah, what you doing, baby? I'm happy to see you. I'm glad you looking well. But it
But
was,
yeah,
I was, yeah, 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 yeah. I love that for him. I love that for him. He looked amazing, and his energy
wow.
was, it was great. It
Yeah.
was great.
It was
Great
just as
show.
great as when he was younger, if not better.
Absolutely,
And I have
absolutely.
kept my eye on him over the years, and he's very smart as far as his
He
business moves.
yeah,
Very
yeah,
smart.
always,
Shout
yeah.
out to them.
That's why he still got money.
Okay? You got to. So yeah,
Period.
but
Period.
speaking of
It was a
people
good
with
show.
money, you know who had money? Verizon Wireless. Because let's get into how Beyonce Giselle Knowles Carter decided that on Usher's big night, she was gonna come in and just slide up
Yeah,
in there and drop news. I
yeah,
said, well, first of all, I'll say I did not like the fact that she took his shine like that. I mean, I still think
yeah.
Usher was the winner of the night, but I was like, you could have done this Saturday
She
night
could have
or
done it
Monday
Saturday. She could have did
morning,
it next week. She could have did it on Valentine's Day. She could have did it on any other day.
any other day.
But I guess you could look at it this way. They already had the anticipation of the, halftime show prior
Hmm.
to Sunday. So we all know that the Super Bowl is also about future,
Yes.
promotions, future this, future that. So, it was a little
I
tacky,
get it.
Beyonce, but she got the
I get
money,
it.
she got the time, she paid for the slot.
Verizon got the money.
Verizon, I about to say
Child.
Verizon also put some money on it. Now, let me talk to Verizon real quick. Let me speak to Verizon real quick because
This
as
is a heart to
a
heart. Uh-huh.
yeah, because bring it in.
Hmm.
Verizon, okay, can you hear me now? Yeah, y'all need to do better with your service because I've been with y'all for almost 2 years, and before that, I was on my friend's family share plan, and your service sucks. Okay, so if y'all
True.
got all this money to make a commercial during Super Bowl, you got enough of my money, okay, to
Well,
add some more towers, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I pay $87 a month for one line, okay,
mm.
for a phone that is paid off. Okay, so me paying $87 a month, I better have all my bars at all time. I don't give a dag on where I'm at, and that's all I gotta say. We can move on to the
And
next
the prices
topic.
better not increase to help y'all
And
recover from whatever y'all, spend on
it better
Beyonce.
not. And it better not. I'm going to T-Mobile.
I was about to say, shout out to T-Mobile. We get T-Mobile Tuesdays every week. We get
I'm
free
leaving.
food. It's like
I'm out of there.
Verizon. I mean, y'all did that. Y'all did. But
I'm out of there. Keep playing with me. I'm out of there.
but yeah, Beyonce
Shit.
announced Act Two of this era, which
Mm-hmm,
is gonna be a
mm-hmm.
country era. Which now I feel, because I was talking to our friend Capri. Shout out to Capri.
Hey,
We were talking
Capri.
about it. She gonna make an appearance on this podcast one way or another.
Period. Yes, one way or another.
Every
Yes.
episode. But it seems like the trajectory that she's going on is or the path is to reclaim a lot of the music that Black people invented,
Mm-hmm.
like house music. It definitely
Mm-hmm.
started out Black in Chicago, etc. Now country
Mm-hmm.
music, and it's supposed to be an act three, and people are thinking it's going to be rock and roll, which I think would be kind of dope. Like if
I
she
think
went
so
into
too,
the Tina
actually.
Turner,
Yeah.
yeah, like her Tina
Oh,
Turner back,
yes. Yeah, I can see
would
that. I
be
can see
dope.
that. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm
We'll
not a
see.
huge fan of Beyonce, but I mean, again, I think she's very creative. I think she's very
Yes.
talented. I will never
Mhm,
take that away from her. So I'm
mhm.
actually, I might be into her little country album because
We'll see.
her R&B and all the extras, I was over her two
Mhm.
albums ago. But country might do something because I love country. I actually like country
Yes.
music.
What do
So
you like about country music? Let's talk about that real quick, because
I
I know
love
what I
country
like.
music because of the storytelling.
Yes.
That's why I like country music. They're telling a story. You're like,
Same.
I feel you. I've been there. I've had a night
Mhm.
like that. I've been in
Yes.
love like that before. I know what you're talking about. It ain't no gibberish. They
Exactly.
tell a story. So if she sticks with that narrative,
Yep.
she's on to something. She's on to
Exact.
something.
I agree. I agree. And so she dropped 2 songs. The first
Mm-hmm.
song, I was like, okay, it's cute. Texas Hold'em, all right, cute.
Mm-hmm.
The second song, 16 Carriages, I was like, oh, Beyonce, if you continue down this path, I'll stick with you, because
I'm gonna stick with
I
that.
personally think it's one of her best songs in her catalog because of the storytelling. Like the lyrics are actually
Yeah.
saying something, and sometimes she
Yeah.
don't always be saying something, saying stuff
That's my
anyway.
whole point. That's why I stopped
It's
listening
a
to her behind.
vibe,
She
but
be screaming and stuff. Child. I don't know what you're talking about.
but no, she was telling the story and the dynamics
Yeah.
of the music, how it kind of ebbs and flows. I was like, okay, I like this. Keep
I
this.
like that. I like that.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right, we're gonna see what's given. We're gonna see what's given. She done
Yep.
interrupted Usher's show to let us know, so it better be something.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay. All
But
right.
yeah,
All right,
so
Beyonce.
that's the Super Bowl for me. I forgot who won, but they
I don't
won.
know who won. I don't even know, child. As soon as Usher got off that stage, guess who was in the bed?
Tapped out. Tapped out.
Me. It was absolutely me. In the bed, hair wrapped up, knock, snoring. Out. I was out of
Right,
there.
right.
Out of there.
Exactly. Well, before we transition into our auntie advice, because we want to spend the bulk of this episode just
Hmm.
giving our thoughts on a
Yes.
couple of things that we've seen circulating.
Hmm.
Um, as we are getting ready for the Day of Love, by the time
Oh,
the people on Patreon see this, it will actually be Valentine's Day. So
Valentine's
happy
Day.
Valentine's Day to you guys on Patreon. Everybody else, y'all gonna see it on Friday. So I'm sorry, y'all didn't
Period.
get the
Sorry.
special.
Y'all
But
late.
as we're transitioning to that, Love is Blind is coming out on Valentine's Day.
Wednesday.
How
Yes.
are we feeling?
So I'm ready. I believe I have an alarm on my phone or it's on my calendar
Are you ready?
because
Like you?
I need to be home on time.
That's
Okay.
hilarious.
I'm really, really holding on to Love is Blind because I believe I'm a low
Yeah,
key,
romantic.
high key romantic. Like I want true love to prevail. I want true love
Mhm.
to win. And the last, we all know the last couple of seasons were like, y'all playing with me. Y'all not really
Mhm.
serious. Y'all about the, superficial crap that the
Yeah.
whole
If
show
it
was
wasn't
trying to
for
demolish.
Tiffany and Brett was all that mattered.
Listen, listen, listen. Okay. So I really have high hopes. I do notice that I feel like they're trying to throw a little spin in there, and I'm not,
Mm.
they haven't really elaborated on what that spin is. So
What do
I
you
really
mean?
can't. Did you? Because in the
The
preview, it looked
trailer?
like they were bringing, yeah, the trailer. It looked like they were bringing old people back prior to when they usually do in the show.
Oh.
Like, to
Oh,
kinda, like, mix
after the
up
proposal,
like, after the proposal, they're on their vacation or whatever, the little honeymoon,
yeah,
pre-honeymoon. It's like
they're
they bring
sprinkling.
old people back from the
I
pods that
hope for
didn't
that.
get proposed. I don't know, like, I don't know, they're trying to do a little Love
Yeah,
Island, a
yeah,
little
yeah.
remix on there, but maybe I read it wrong. I could be wrong,
Mm,
but that's what I was picking up, so I'm very excited to see what that spin is if I didn't make this up in
mhm,
my head, so
right.
'cause I could have very well made this up in my head.
Yeah, I mean, we gonna see because you never know. You never know with these shows. But
Yeah, you never
I'm
know.
now starting to get excited as well because at first I was like, I'm tired of them. All the behind the scenes tea that came out. It's fake.
Yeah.
You cannot fool me. You cannot. But the trailer got me because I was like, okay, they're having real conversations.
Yeah.
I definitely see some melanated faces getting some more screen time, which I like. So we'll
Mhm.
see. I'm gonna be
Okay.
there. I'm gonna take my notes, and we're gonna come
I'm
back
ex
to
Yeah,
y'all.
we are. We are.
Specifically the Patreon, because this is gonna be a Patreon
Yeah, because
exclusive.
honestly, everybody else, you just listen to what we talking about. You ain't gonna see nothing, honestly. So sorry for your luck. Sorry for your luck.
That is what it is. Sorry about it. But Patreon,
Period.
y'all can look forward to seeing it. If you haven't joined up for the Patreon, I'm telling you now, we're gonna tell you again. Click the
And
link in the
again,
description. Yep. $5 a month. Just a cup of
cup of
coffee.
coffee.
Cup of tea if you don't drink coffee. And you get bonus content like we will be providing with Love is Blind. So
Absolutely.
sign up.
Yes,
All right.
please. And thank you.
You ready for the auntie advice?
Let's get it.
Okay. So the first thing I wanted to ask, especially since again, it's love week. For
Yes.
you, what does love mean? Or what does love look like?
Love is action, consideration, understanding,
Mm-hmm.
consistency. For me, I need consistency. Like, I need your actions to absolutely follow your words. Because if you're saying one
Mm,
thing and your actions display something else, I'm confused. I'm lost. I'm disengaged, turned off, out of there. No.
yeah.
Um, as I get a little older, some acts of service
Mm,
equal
mhm,
love
mhm.
to me. I never really was that person, but it was also because I had a little growing to do myself. And I'm like, oh, I used to be, oh, I'm independent. I can do everything by myself. I don't need a man.
Yeah.
No, I do. I need a man. I need my man to go look at
Support.
my car. I need you to figure out why my lights ain't working. All right. I need you to go get the car washed, put some air fresh in that thing, change the tires, the brakes, the rotors. I need some access service. I need to feel secure. I need to feel protected.
Yeah.
Um, and that's very important to me. Again, as I am now getting older, I
Mhm.
can't do it all by myself, and I love to me is a partner, someone to pick up the pieces where I fall short.
Yep. I agree 100% with everything you said. And just to kind of add on to that, something you said in the earlier part, love to me is clarity and
Mhm.
transparency and
Mhm. Mhm.
vulnerability.
Absolutely.
Because
Amen.
without those things, it's really hard to really connect on an intimate level with somebody if they're
Yeah.
always guarded or if they're
Yeah.
always like ducking and dodging questions for the sake of whatever. And
Mhm.
sometimes
Mhm.
it's for the sake of protecting themselves because
So, yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
they're things that they haven't dealt with or whatever. But in order for love to really blossom and grow, I think you
Mhm.
definitely need to be vulnerable, transparent, and
Absolutely.
have that clarity. So that
Absolutely.
being said, let's talk about a situation where none of that seems to have existed based on what we know. Because we always know one half of the story. We always
We
know
don't
one half of the
know.
story.
We do. Absolutely.
So I'm really gonna try for the Auntie Advice sections because ideally we want this to be where you guys send us questions so we can give
Absolutely.
you advice. So please,
Absolutely.
richauntiespodcast@gmail.com. Send us your
Yes.
messages or DM us.
DMS. Yep.
Um, Otherwise, we're gonna be looking at these social media situations and
And using
peeking.
them as a, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the first one that we're gonna talk about was a situation. It was this young lady on the Kendra G show, and I'll try to leave the link in the description so y'all could go watch it and come back and give
Mm-hmm.
you as well. But
Mm-hmm.
beautiful young lady, but she went through a situation where she met this guy online through the chat on one of Kendra G's lives. And they connected, they started talking, building a relationship. She had been married before, and he was newly divorced. Emphasis
Mm-hmm.
on newly.
Newly, yeah. Yeah.
That's a key word right there.
There you go,
So
buddy.
probably about 6 months in, it comes to be his birthday, and she's like going all out for him, sending him gifts every day of that week that it was his birthday. She said she even flew him out somewhere for them to like have, their time together. And shortly after she did all that, he started acting different and was basically like, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. And she felt so hurt because she felt like things were going really well. Um, and so I posed the question like, one, did she do too much? Two, who's in the wrong in this situation, if anybody's in
Mm-hmm.
the wrong? And how would you have handled this situation?
Well, we talked about this briefly already,
We did.
and I'm gonna try to remember everything I said. But the first thought that comes to mind is yes, she did too much.
Hmm.
So for me, in my house, I don't pursue men.
Fair.
I do not. And I'm not saying that she was fully pursuing him because they had been communicating and dealing with each other for
Right.
about 6 months. So what it does sound like that his expectations were not very clear
Hmm.
or
Mm-hmm.
where he was in the relationship wasn't super clear. Maybe he was just having fun. He enjoyed her
Yeah.
company. He maybe he did like her, you know,
Yeah. But
to spend
commitment
6
just wasn't on
months.
the.
Yeah, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And I'm not saying that men don't deserve to be pampered and flued out and given gifts because I truly do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I truly do. Men deserve that. But I'm not doing that for someone who's not my man. I'm not doing any of that for someone who is not my man where commitment has not been made clear.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so my advice to any woman, and boom, the man was fresh out of divorce. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Take it from someone who has dealt with someone fresh out of divorce,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
especially when it comes to some of these men. Some of these men don't come from my throat.
Some,
Some
some,
of
some.
these men, majority, and I'm gonna stand 10 toes on that. Um, they need time. They need healing
Mm-hmm.
time. In 6 months or like
Not gonna do
freshly
it.
outside, it's not it. Like I always use me and my ex as an example. Like when him and I started dealing with each other, we were like, well, I was madly in love. I don't know about him, but I
Mm-hmm.
was. I would have married that man in a minute. But he was still like fresh out of divorce, still trying to get his feelings together, trying to cope with the hurt and the pain and the whatever they had going on. He loved me, he cared about me, but he wasn't
Yeah.
giving me so much. We wanted two different things. I wanted marriage. He was like, nah, dog, like I like you, but I ain't doing all that. And I'm like, I'm not
Mm-hmm.
about to be nobody's girlfriend for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years. That's just not something I'm signing up for ever in
That's
life,
fair.
ever
That's
in life.
fair.
And he really needed the time to go to therapy, have his little whole
Mm-hmm.
phase where he was out here just,
Mm-hmm.
sleeping with the world because he definitely cheated on me multiple times. You know what I'm
Ooh.
saying? He wanted options. He wanted
Mm-hmm.
options throughout the week. You know what I mean? And I wasn't. He again loved me, cared about me, has mad love for me. We're still very cordial to this day.
Yeah.
No hard feelings. But at the time, it just was not right. He needed that healing period
Right. Right.
after the divorce.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And from the sound of the story, he did not have that healing period. He was
Yeah.
having fun, and she thought that she was gonna come there and change his mind,
And be his next
okay,
wife.
and be his next wife. He's like, nah, shorty, I don't know about none of that, baby. I don't. Yeah, we keep having fun.
Yeah.
But I ain't got
Yeah.
nothing else for you. And then buying all those gifts and doing all the extras for some men, that's too much. That's equaling.
Mhm.
Oh, you want? Oh, you serious?
Mhm.
Oh, you want me to lock you
When
down?
Yeah, when we first started talking about this story, I was like, I need him to come to the front and tell his side of the story because I have
Absolutely,
questions. I
absolutely.
again, clarity. I need clarity because
Mm-hmm.
I want to know one, did he state his expectations and what he
Mm-hmm.
wanted in the relationship and she just did not
Ignored
hear?
it.
Because there
Yeah.
are some women have I been like that? Not to that degree. I've been the woman that has done too much. I have done
Mm-hmm.
that. Thank God
Mm-hmm.
for Jesus and therapy.
Amen.
But
Hallelujah.
I wonder if she just was like, "Imma change his mind," and just proceeded with doing what she wanted, because I based on, again, just what we saw, it kinda
She was
seems like
confused. She was confused.
yeah, she was confused. She was confused.
But I mean,
So I
to that point, I would like to hear his side too, because
yes.
maybe he didn't verbally say
Correct.
anything. But I'm telling you, y'all, like if you can really sit back and
Read the
pay attention to
room.
somebody's read the room, baby, the signs are usually always there.
Yeah.
Always there, regardless if the conversation was done or not.
Mhm, mhm.
So she probably missed several signals because she was just, oh, I love him. Oh my God, this is so amazing. We're having such a great time. Oh my God, I can see my
Right.
future with him. She's counting how many kids they're gonna have, where they're gonna live. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying?
Sometimes you
So
gotta live in the reality of it. Like,
please,
he
ladies,
needs healing.
please.
He needs time to and then the other part of that, which we were also talking about, was men take a longer time to heal from certain
Mm,
situations like this than women
do
do. And
they?
we were trying to figure out, like, what is it? Like, is it just a genetics thing? Is it just the way God made us that women are a little bit more resilient? Do we just experience more heartache and rejection than they do? Is it that men feel like, "Oh, she would never do anything to hurt me." Like, what is it that makes it so hard for
I
them to be able to
just,
heal and move on? I don't know. I
I
need a
just,
man we need a man's perspective on this show.
we do. We need a man to volunteer to be on the show.
Mhm.
Because I think it's a lot of their pride. You
Mm.
know, they don't like to feel defeated. I
Mm.
don't know. Like again, I don't have nuggets, so I don't know how these men
We
think.
don't
I
know,
don't,
girl.
but I would say it's
I would
mostly
love to
pride.
know.
It's
Yeah.
mostly pride. We might have to table this and find a
Mhm.
guy and have him come on here and shed some light because
Yeah.
we go through it. And the same
Exactly.
thing that most men do to women, we can never reciprocate that energy. Never,
Mhm.
ever, regardless if it's cheating or whatever, we can never reciprocate the same type of energy, or we're gonna be considered hoes,
Yep.
heartless, gold
Yep.
diggers, all type of things. Okay, because I've been called a few. We ain't gonna go
Okay.
there. We're not gonna go there because, baby, I've been known to tear them up and spit them out, and that's fine. But definitely, if you are listening and you are a guy, you have something that you can shed to this, shed some light onto
Yes.
this topic. Please, again, DM, send us email
Yep.
because we want to hear from you.
We do. We absolutely do. So
Absolutely.
yeah, that's that topic. I really hope that he does come to the front because I would love to hear.
Yeah,
Just because I'm
yeah, for
nosy.
sure.
All
Nosy, but
right.
this could also help somebody else in the future. You never know.
Yes. That is very true. Very
You
true.
never know.
Okay. So the next thing that we'll talk about is this tweet that we saw over the past week, the side eye from Kiki Palmer's baby daddy. What's his name again?
I don't know. Don't care.
Okay, him. Did I
The
write it
baby
down?
daddy,
I
Kiki
didn't even
Palmer,
write
baby
down his
daddy,
name.
because nobody
Kiki
cares.
Palmer's baby daddy.
Absolutely nobody cares.
Um, so do you have your phone? Do you have the thing?
I do. Let me see if I can. Hold on. I don't have
Yeah,
my
because I
glasses
want
on,
you to
y'all. Hold
read
on.
it.
Hold on.
I want you to
Let me
read it
go
verbatim
back
because I
to.
don't want to misquote the man because I already
Okay.
have my thoughts. So go ahead.
So this is what he says: for those who don't have kids, and this is something that I would emphasize to my son. Wait till marriage and make sure God is the center of your relationship.
Mm-hmm.
There's a rule book that's been given to us thousands of years ago.
Mm.
Best to follow it because everything else leads to chaos.
Hmm. Right message, wrong messenger. Right message, wrong messenger. That's how
And
I
this is
feel.
where
Child. Yeah.
I disagree a little bit. I
Go
disagree on
ahead.
the
Go
wrong
ahead.
messenger
Talk
part
about it. Talk about it.
only because I've been the wrong messenger. I've
Mm.
been on the wrong side of a lot of things in the past.
Fair.
But it also comes with one experience. So now this man has experienced the chaos that can come from not being in a lawfully God
God centered.
ordained relationship. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now you have a kid, all these things, and now your relationship or the lack thereof is in shambles because you did not start and end, I guess, in the right way.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm saying that right. I think
Yeah.
I get what I'm putting down.
I,
So
I
like
I'm picking
clearly,
up what
like,
you're putting down.
you know what I'm saying? Clearly he's now able to have a message
We hope, child. We hope.
because again, this is me speaking very loosely because I don't know this man
We don't know
from
him.
Adam. But now he's been through the experience. He understands where he went wrong, and now he's trying to help somebody else and
Mm.
prevent them from going down the wrong path when it comes to starting a family, building a
Mm-hmm.
life with somebody, etc.
I think that we won't know until his next relationship. And we may never know because it may never be in the public eye again because we
Because
only know
nobody
him
know
as
who he
Kiki's baby
is.
daddy.
Exactly. We don't even know what's
So
Kiki's
that's
baby
that's the
father.
first part. But I really think that we won't truly know if he has learned his lesson until that time comes because I just feel I don't know. I feel a way about people, but especially men. And maybe clearly this is a personal thing, but I feel a way about men after they have done something egregious,
Hmm.
trying to preach to other people. And I get your point because it's like, yes, I've been through this experience and I've learned.
Hmm.
But I need to see the actions of your learning. I don't need to see a tweet. Maybe that's what it is. I need to
Yeah,
see,
I can see that. That's the human
yeah,
side of us that want to
that is
see
the
the
human.
differences. Like,
Exactly.
oh well, I don't see it, so therefore it's not happening. We don't know.
We don't know.
And I'm
We don't
praying
know.
that this is what's leading him to do better. Now, and I
I
do
hope
get your
so as
point.
well.
Like, it's really hard to like look at somebody that you know has been doing some dumbness, like dumbness, to come out and try to
Mm.
fake be, you know.
Mm. Girl, this always takes me back to our situation with the that we never talk about, but we
We're
do
going to
talk
talk
about.
about it. I'm telling you, we're going to talk about it. I don't care. I'm not thinking about nobody that's involved in that story at this point. So if you got a
No.
problem, baby, come holler at me. But anyway, at the end of the day,
At the end of the day.
all consequences come with a reaction.
Yes, yes. And
Now, not
sometimes that
saying that
reaction real
follows
quick,
you.
and then I'm gonna let you finish.
Hmm.
That and the consequences
Hmm.
whatever comes with that, whether that's like maybe in his situation, it's the public mistrust. Like
Hmm.
I don't trust
Hmm.
what you got to say. The tape is out.
Yeah,
The footage is
yeah.
out. Like we saw what you did, or in other situations, we experienced what you did.
What you said and
So it's
did,
gonna
yeah.
take a lot to if that's what you want, if that's your goal to like remedy your image or your reputation, it's gonna take a lot of consistency for and authenticity for me to really
Yeah.
look at him and be like, okay, you have grown. You
Yeah.
have
I get all that,
that's
but
fine.
what really sucks is that society doesn't really let you live down your
That's the
wrongdoing.
thing.
And
And
that's
that's
what
what I don't
sucks.
like. Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
Like again, I'm always gonna come from a Christian spiritual standpoint with most of
Hmm.
everything that I'm gonna say. And at the end of the day, if you are a child of God,
You
what you
have
do
grace.
and what you did, you have to have grace. Now, again, I
Mhm.
don't mean I gotta deal with you no more just because I'm giving you grace. And that's where a lot of people get things messed up. I can
Yeah.
forgive you, I can let you be who you are, where you are, but I don't have to deal with you.
Facts.
So at this point, nobody dealing with him
Mhm.
because of what he did in the public's
Mhm.
eye. And we sorry for it, Kiki baby father.
Mhm.
But you're gonna just be Kiki baby father because we don't know nothing else about you. And we don't want to at this point because you did
No,
too much. Because
exactly.
I don't like a controlling male. I don't like that.
No.
Like,
Mm-mm.
because
And
again,
you know
I'm not.
me. You know me and my motto at the first hints, the first
Yeah,
aroma.
yeah,
We out.
yeah. I'm kind of there. I'm kind of that way too. Like I've been in an abusive relationship, physically abusive
Mhm.
relationship. And before it got physical, it was controlling, like, oh, you're not putting no makeup on today. Oh, you need to do
Mm.
this. Oh, you're not doing this. Oh, why you not wearing that? Or like trying to dress me and make me something that I'm not before the physical came. So definitely there's a hint of it, baby.
Mm.
Let me out. Let
Period.
me out. I'm out of here.
Sprinkle, sprinkle. Or whatever
Let
that
me
lady
out of
be
here.
saying.
Right? Or whatever she was talking about. But we gotta get that man grace. We don't know, y'all. We don't know what he's
Yeah.
doing at home. Let's just pray that
Yeah.
he is absolutely trying to change his ways, absolutely trying to do better as a
Mhm.
father. Okay,
Yes,
and
first
as
and
a
foremost.
okay, because you are now somebody's example.
Yep.
Okay. You have somebody
And
that's
they have
looking
a
up
baby
to
boy.
you.
They have
Yeah,
a baby boy.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And whether it was a boy or girl, you still have somebody that's
Yeah.
that you need to be an example to and teach them
Exactly.
right from wrong and show them the error of their ways. Okay. So you can't be in
Mhm.
full error if you gonna be teaching somebody else something. But that's all I gotta say on that.
Okay.
That's all I gotta say
Period.
on that. Okay.
That's it.
Period.
That is also all I have to say on that. All right. So moving on to the next thing.
Everybody
So
stressed
let's
out.
no. Where let's talk about Yandy and Mendices. So I don't watch Love and Hip Hop, so I just see what's on social media. But there was a conversation that they had, a scene that they had on a recent episode
Hmm.
where Yandy came to her husband, Mendices, and basically told him that might be the first problem that I have with this. Told
Hmm.
him that she was planning on giving her eggs to her cousin, who's like
Cousin.
her
Hmm.
sister, to help her have the option of being a mother because she was having
Hmm.
fertility issues.
Hmm.
And Mendices looked at her and said, "Nah,
Girl.
bro, nah, bro." He was confused as to why she would one want to do this, but also why
And
she
then
made this
Sue.
decision without him.
Right.
So I just wanted to
Absolutely.
know your thoughts on that entire situation.
I
What would you
absolutely
do?
believe. I absolutely concur with Mendices because,
Mhm.
and again, this is coming from a mature, grown place. Because back a couple of years ago, I'm gonna do what I want to do, when I want to do it, and with
Mm.
whom I want to do it with, and you can't tell me nothing.
It's my body.
It's my body, it's my choice. Now,
Mhm.
I am in a relationship right now, but prior to this
Mhm.
relationship, and part of my relationship, I will say that attitude got me in trouble.
Mm.
Okay. You cannot be in a relationship and solely think of what you want
Mhm.
when you want it. Because if that's the case, you need to be by yourself.
That's a word.
Okay. That's a big word that a lot of people need to sit on and
Heed.
let it marinate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
In a relationship, and I always take romantic out of it, romance out
Mhm.
of it. When you're in a relationship with another person, it is now no longer just about you.
Facts.
Okay. It's about that other person as well. And you should not be in relationship with somebody that you cannot communicate with, express your feelings with,
Mhm.
all of that, and be open with.
Yeah.
Now back to the point. Back to
That
Yandy.
was
Now
an
I have watched.
important.
Okay. I have been a fan of Love and Hip Hop New York since it started. That was the first,
Yeah.
I think, Love and Hip Hop. I have
Mhm.
tapered off of it because it got too drama filled and
Yes.
violent and all the other drama. I'm not really subscribing to that on a regular basis. Like who wants to watch that? But Yandy's always kind of been low key, high key. Um, what's the word I'm looking for? Like I'm gonna do what I want to do.
Mhm,
Like
mhm, mhm.
I hear you, but why don't you hear and see and feel what I feel?
Right.
Why don't you
Yeah.
want to get with the program and do what I'm asking you to do? Because I think that what I have come up with makes sense and my
Mhm.
decisions, should be honored. And I don't
Since
understand
we
why you don't
first
want to be a
saw her
part of
on
it.
the screen, that was
Period.
the attitude, that was the vibe.
That was always her energy. Like,
Mhm.
how dare you go against what I'm saying? Because I have the right to do this and I got the money. I mean, why not help her? And I get her point. Like, I
Mhm.
honestly get her point. Like, that's her cousin, that's her
Yeah.
sister. She's been having issues. Any woman who's dealt with fertility or any type of
Mhm.
reproductive organ issues understands the fear and the emotional distress that can have on you. And of
For
course, as
sure.
somebody that loves you, like, I'm the type of person that if I can do something about it, I'm going to hop in there. I'm going to help you and I want to save you and I want to put a band-aid on it. I want to make it all better.
However.
However, some of the decisions I made was when I was a very single woman.
Mhm.
Okay. Not married, not tied. And I think the biggest thing for me was the way she was like, well, I mean, I'm going on Wednesday or whatever day it was. Like it was she was
Yeah.
talking to me on a Monday and then like Wednesday she was going to go get the egg retrieval.
Mhm. There
Excuse
was
me,
no
or start the process.
discussion. Yeah.
No, he looking at her like, girl, what you mean? I'm confused. What are you talking about? That was unfair.
Mhm.
And he had every right to be like, no, no,
Yeah,
period, no. You didn't talk to me about it.
exactly.
We didn't make a decision together. We didn't weigh the pros and cons together.
Mhm.
We
Yep.
didn't sit down with your cousin together and have this conversation about how this will look. What are you expecting? What
Exactly.
do you
Yep.
need from us besides the egg? Is it going to be,
Right.
you need
My sperm
financial
as well?
assistance?
Like,
Yeah,
what is
my
it? Yeah.
sperm. What are we doing?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That was not okay of her to do at all. Like, I don't there was
Mhm.
nothing right about that scenario as far as Yandy was concerned.
Yep. I think the only right thing was maybe that she was so lovingly willing to do this for her cousin, but everything aside from that was you're married. Like, you are a partner with somebody else. Just like you said, you can't just move in isolation and move in silence, especially for something as big as
No,
this.
that's
And all the
huge.
questions that he had were
They're
very
valid.
valid,
Valid,
and
yeah.
they could have been addressed in a more or a less confrontational or aggressive way if
Mhm.
she had come to him first.
And yeah, but honestly, and then the way according to the scene,
Yeah, yeah.
she
It's
kinda
a scene at the
ambushed
end of the
him.
day.
But I mean, but according to that scene, it was he was ambushed.
Yeah.
She tried to make it seem, "Oh, let's go have a romantic dinner, lunch,
Right,
or,
right, right. He
picnic or
wasn't
whatever the
prepared.
case may be." He's thinking she's doing something nice for him because she just loves him so much. And whole time, "Yeah, I love you a little bit, but let me just throw this in here after I done soften the blow." That's what she was doing. She was
Mhm.
softening the blow
A
by
little
having a picnic.
manipulation in there.
A lot of the manipulation in there, a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah,
it,
yeah.
a lot of it. And she was wrong.
Mhm.
All from start to finish, she was just wrong.
Yeah. Learn from this, Yandy. Learn from this.
Is she ever gonna learn? Because I feel like she never learns from her mistakes, like, based on the track record
Well,
of the show.
based on the track record, girl.
Yeah,
I don't know.
based on the track
But they
record,
still
honey, it's
together,
not.
so they're making something work.
I mean, they're married. I mean, you don't just easily just hop up out of a marriage
You
because you
can't.
have a disagreement. Now, you might be mad at them for about 3, 4 months, but you don't just easily just get up and go because marriage is not supposed to be
Mhm.
that easy to be removed from. That's why a lot of
Yeah,
people should not
yeah.
be getting married until they're ready to understand the full commitment that marriage
Yeah.
is about.
Well, a word. And
I'm
on
always
that note,
preaching.
you are. I feel like you should that might be a second caller, some kind of preacher,
Okay.
something in
Okay.
there.
Motivational speaker or something. I don't
Okay.
know.
But speaking of people that should not be married or should consider the commitment of marriage, let's go into our
Um,
next story. We got about 10 more minutes left in this episode. I think
okay.
we should end on this. So this is number 4 on the list. Do you mind reading?
Hold me, open my notes back up. Hold on. What was it? Hold on. You
It
said
is a
number 4?
scenario. Yeah, number 4.
Oh, child.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go look at the
Because I have
okay.
thoughts.
Do I have to read this whole thing from the Instagram?
Yeah.
You want me to read? Okay. So, I have a married guy friend whose company I enjoy
Mm-hmm.
and who I love to pieces. We've been friends for years, since before the marriage.
Mm-hmm.
When we do link, this
Mm-hmm.
is where she lost me. It's 97% innocent.
That's where
His
she
wife,
lost me. Because
that's
what's this
exactly what,
97%?
what is
What's
97%?
happening
You
on the
lost
other
me.
3%?
Exactly. His wife is completely hetero.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yet he wants me to assist him in attempting to persuade her
Hmm.
to allow me into their relationship after a semi sincerely suggested it while one drunk night.
Mm.
I know he likes me a lot and wants to possess me. Lost me
Mm.
there too.
Mm.
And I'm also aware that I appeal to him in ways that his wife could never. His best friend tells me how often he talks about me and is also co signing him committing to me and integrating me into his relationship. Whew. They were even discussing him buying a bigger house to accommodate me the last time I saw them. While I'm not really interested,
Are
sis,
you? Because this is a lot for not interested. You know,
exactly,
a lot of thoughts.
exactly. I must say, I found the idea intriguing. I'm paraphrasing at this point.
Yeah, this
I
dramatic
like
pause.
challenges, and I almost want it purely for the sake of seeing if it would succeed. So
Mm.
it just wants to play around with somebody's relationship, and I don't like that
Yeah.
part
Is she a
because
glutton
you're
for
not
punishment? Because
interested. What? You're not interested, but you want to see if it's gonna work or what? You don't do that.
listen, where do we even begin with this? We got 9 minutes, so.
We got 9 minutes. Let me wrap. This is probably gonna be really short for me. Sis, you tried it. You don't play with someone's marriage like that.
Mm.
Number two, you really didn't share what your feedback was to this friend. That's my first
Mm.
problem. You're
Mhm,
talking about
mhm.
what he's
Very
saying.
one-sided, yeah.
Yeah, you're talking about what he's saying. You're talking about what his friend is saying. We're not talking about what the wife could say, possibly feels, none of that. And then you talking about you're not interested, but you just like want to see if it could work.
Mm.
So you playing in somebody's face. And I
It's
don't
not
like that.
clicking.
It's not clicking for me.
Yeah.
It's not clicking for me.
I I agree 100%. And I just wanna know what is wrong with some men? Like, what is wrong with y'all? Because some, again, we always say some, because there are some great men out there.
A
My
lot
father
of
is a
them though.
wonderful man, you
Yeah,
know,
yes, yes.
wonderful, great
He is.
man.
I
But this
co-sign on
little
that.
subset, like I'm gonna say 3%, since she's throwing out percentages out there.
Okay.
This 3% of men that are out here talking about, I want a throuple. Can y'all even handle the relationship you're in now? Can
Let
you meet the
alone.
needs of the person that you are with now? What is your goal with this additional person? Is it just to get your rocks off? Or are you
This
truly
situation sounds like that.
intending? Yeah,
No, this one
because
sounds like he just want to get his rocks off.
it doesn't
He
sound
likes
like you're intending to nurture this relationship with this other person. Like, and I can understand if that was the case, because back in Bible times, again, I'm not saying this for me, but back in Bible times, it still didn't work out. Let's start there.
there
Still
was
did
always
not
some
work out.
drama. There
There
was
was
always
always
some
chaos.
drama.
But when you look at somebody like Abraham, Abraham was wealthy. He
Coins.
could provide for the needs
And
of
everybody
his
in his
extended
family.
family.
All of them. The
And some of the
slaves and
men,
everybody in his household.
and some of the men out here these days that want this throuple life can't even afford.
Can barely pay a light bill.
Okay,
But
and
she
have the
wants two
nerve.
people.
The nerve.
Child.
I mean, it doesn't sound like that's the case with him because again, they were discussing getting a bigger house and all this. But how much of that was him, and how much of
Again, we
that
don't. I'm about
was
to. Ma'am, hello. Again, we don't know the full story because guess what?
we don't
This
one sided?
probably is one of those men that want the woman to
Mm.
pay for some stuff. He probably wants them to
Mm.
go in on the mortgage. He
Three
probably wants them to
ways.
go 50-50. He probably
Yeah.
wants all this to make his life a little easier because either he's too lazy to go do the work or he just wants an excuse to have sex with more than one person.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's several things that just popped out in this storyline for me. Because again, where's the wife? Because
Well,
I
I
feel
need her
like,
again. I need her to come to the front.
and what's crazy is what the wife probably don't even know these conversations are happening. This is a conversation
Exactly.
he's having with his friend and his best friend,
Right.
not the wife, not sharing his weird fantasy, if that's what you want to call it,
Mm-hmm.
or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. But the wife is not involved in this conversation. That's why
At
she took it
all.
to the internet or to whatever she tweeted, whatever she did. That's why
Yeah.
she took it to the internet 'cause she wanted to see if somebody else was going to co-sign her little stupid story. And ma'am, it's a no.
It's a no.
Don't
It's
be
a no.
messing up nobody's marriage because at the end of the day, if we didn't discuss this before I said I
I
do,
do.
get out of
Or,
my
or,
face.
or, because people grow and change, and sometimes their needs change within the
I guess
marriage. You still got to discuss it. You still
with the
have to
person you're
discuss it
married
with your
with.
partner. Otherwise, it's like, what are we doing? What are we doing? But yeah, I need her to come to the front. I need Mr. Man. Who was it? The
I don't
flued
know,
out man.
child.
The
The flu.
flued
Oh
out
yeah, the
man.
flu.
I
Yeah, the
need
flued
him to
out
come to
man.
the front. The
This
flued
after
out
6 months flued
divorcee.
out. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
come
I
on
need
to
them
the
to come
front,
to the front.
child.
We need to know the details. If y'all ever happen to stumble across this episode,
Please
come
write us
on
a
the
letter,
podcast.
please. We really
Come
want to
on the
hear it. We
podcast. We
really
would
want to
love to
hear it
interview you.
because I
Yeah.
just don't
So
understand. I really don't
I don't
understand.
either.
Like I'm always gonna take it back to Jesus. Where you at?
Hmm.
Pick me up on the corner because your people are crazy. And y'all want to
We
make
ready.
up rules as y'all go along and y'all messing up
Mm,
people's mental. That's why so many jacked up people out here because people don't
mm.
communicate and tell people how they really
Girl,
feel. That's
that's
why
why
people out
clarity
here
is so
losing it.
important. Yeah.
Hello? Stop playing
Mm,
with people, y'all. Stop
hmm.
playing. The
Yep.
truth may
And
hurt,
stop.
but it's better to know the truth than to not know it
Yeah,
at all, okay?
that's a fact. And the truth is, we have come to the end of our episode,
We
guys.
have. We have.
Sorry.
Amen.
Sorry to tell you. But the other part of the truth is you could have seen this days earlier if you were on Patreon. So
Period.
once again, I say to you,
And again,
please drop down to the
amen.
description. Click
And
that
hit that
link.
link. Hit that button.
$5 a month. That's all we
Add your
ask.
little card on the file, do your little
Yep.
PayPal account. I don't know what you gotta do.
Mhm.
But go ahead and hit that $5 a month
It's
and we
quality.
really would appreciate it. And
You
you're gonna
see
get
all
all
the
the
things
behind
we're
the
trying to
scenes.
do?
You understand
We
what I'm saying?
upgraded StreamYard. You can see our names on the screen like this. The last
Period.
episode, we
Period.
had the screen share. Y'all can see the pictures we were talking about. We can only
Period.
continue to do this with your support.
Amen.
So click that link.
Amen.
We're very happy to be able to have this podcast to communicate
Absolutely.
and share our thoughts.
Absolutely.
And listen, Love is Blind is going to be good.
I
That's what
can't wait. Oh my gosh. You see, I have the mic ready. I can't wait. We need to do a live. We need to do a live stream today. I think we might need to do a little.
we might need
Maybe
to
not
do
the
it.
full
Get y'all
episode. Maybe not
members.
the full
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah, maybe for the first episode.
Yeah, maybe for the
Yeah, we
first
can do that.
episode. We gotta do a little something.
Yeah,
We gotta do a little something.
I agree.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Well, yeah, guys, I don't have
Yes.
anything else.
That's it. We appreciate you guys. Thank you for tuning into another episode of the Rich Aunties podcast. Also want to know this is a super late day for us. It's 9:34. We're
Yes,
just getting off the phone. We made sure we got on here tired and all because baby, I'm about to be asleep. But we want to make
yes.
sure we have some content for you guys. So we're really trying to make sure we give you some quality episodes. So again, feedback would absolutely be appreciated.
Yeah.
Okay. And again, send in your auntie's advice letters. We love to hear from
Mhm.
you. But thank you again for tuning in to another episode of the Rich Aunties podcast. We absolutely
Mhm.
love you. Make sure you follow and like, share, all that good stuff. And we will
Help us
see you
grow.
guys. Absolutely. Absolutely. And we will see you guys, you lovely ladies and gentlemen, in another episode of the Rich Aunties podcast.
Bye.